On this In Brief, we speak with Markos Tambakeras about managing water in manufacturing.
Hi, I'm Russ Waddell from AMT, and I'm here at the MFG meeting with Markos Tambakeras. He's the chairman of Xylem Inc. How are you today, Markos?
Great, thanks, Russ.
Markos, you gave us a great talk today about water as a risk and an opportunity, and you have an extensive background in manufacturing. Can you tell us a little bit more about what those risks and opportunities are for manufacturers with regards to water?
Yeah. If you look at the manufacturing process, clearly there's a lot of utilization of water both at the front end, but also in terms of the output, in terms of effluent, wastewater, and so on. Every manufacturing process utilizes water to a greater or lesser extent. In some cases, because we consider water as a relatively inexpensive source, we do not consider the cost of water or the treatment of water as a significant factor. In fact, it is, and will increasingly become so going forward. I think when we think about water and in terms of how we manage the risk and the opportunity, then we at Xylem look at three factors. We look at recycling, we look at quality, and we look at the resilience. And recycling is kind of obvious. The quality of water is clearly associated with the quality of the product we put out. But resilience is a little more of a difficult concept, and resilience really relates to the things we do when the supply of water is not where it's needed to be. We as manufacturers need to be aware of the availability of water in terms of how we use it and in terms of how we dispose it. So a lot of attention is paid on the front end in terms of the utilization of water, and in terms of wastewater and in terms of disposal of water. Most of the time, manufacturers simply want to come in just on the threshold of what's allowed on the environmental regulation front. We think that social responsibility demands that we look for ways to do more. And the recycling comes into that, treatment of water comes into that. And increasingly, I think, whether because of regulations or because of economic necessity, we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to be focusing a lot more in that area.
Are there a couple of key technologies that are really helping with that recycling or maybe making the social responsibility piece easier to stomach from an economic standpoint?
Yeah. I think a lot of that comes in two ways. One is in terms of the treatment of water. Water treatment technologies are becoming very sophisticated, whether you're using ultraviolet, whether you're using ozone, and many other technologies. And it's really becoming almost commoditized because we even begin to use some of these treatment technologies in fast food restaurants to clean vegetables and so on. But at the same time, the value that the market places on treatment is not as high as, say, in transport like pumps or in analytical instruments. So we invested in transporting the water, we invest in analyzing the water, but we don't believe that there's sufficient focus on the treatment of water part of the equation. So I think, like I said, economics and regulation are going to drive a lot of the investment in that area.
Well, Markos, you've brought a lot of fresh ideas and a lot of very interesting points that maybe not everyone here is thinking about. I appreciate your time, and thanks for coming out to talk to us.
Very welcome. Yeah, thanks.
For IMTS TV, this is Russ Waddell.